Here we go.
Apple juice for two.
Yeah. You feel that groove.
Juice for two.
Welcome back, everybody, to Apple Juice for Two. I am your host, Cameron Allen. Today, we are joined by Austin Hughes, local comedian, and as always, we have Brevin Stallings in the stew.
Wonderful. Songs Isaiah.
Isaiah is unable to make it to the show today. That is okay. It happens.
Three's a crowd anyways.
That's true. We'll be talking to him later in the week, so he will be in this episode.
Don't worry, he's not dead. He's just not
Austin,
here.
thanks so much for joining us.
Dude, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
This is amazing.
It's great. So, tell us a little bit about this pop-up comedy show that you're having at the Purple Buffalo.
Oh, jumping right into plugs. Okay.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way.
All right,
yeah.
get it out of the way.
If you don't watch anything else, this is what you need to hear.
Oh, it's so complicated. No, I mean, like, we're just having a show at the Purple Buffalo in North Charleston. It's a secret lineup.
Okay.
Oh,
Surprise.
sexy lips with the finger over them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's for the horny boys out there.
That makes
the
sense,
boys
yeah.
who think there might be, because there might be women. There might be. Like,
Women
there's
could
always,
be anywhere.
at all times.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
comedy,
And
though?
sex sells. In comedy,
yeah.
even
Who knows? Who knows? Sometimes, like, I mean, I remember back, like, you know, when I used to be more of a horny boy. I feel like as I've gotten older and drinking more of the government's water, shout out government water, I've become more impotent. So I'm not as horny as I used to be. But I mean, I used to just roll up to the DMV because I was like, everybody has to go here. So there's definitely at least one woman.
What's up,
you know,
ladies?
ladies.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Every time I go there, it's always packed, and there's always just every kind of person.
a percentage
Every
of them
time.
has to be
Just-
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I feel like if you're planning on moving somewhere, you need to fly out there, go to the DMV, just check out the DMV, and that's gonna give you a good
Sample.
sense of who
Right.
is in your city because everybody has to go.
Uh-huh.
So
Walmart too.
That's
Oh,
true.
That's
yeah.
where the real people go.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Walmart, dude. I'm wearing
know?
fucking
Yeah, dude.
George
Before we get
shorts
too
right
lost
now.
in the weeds,
Sorry,
I just
yeah.
want to say rate us 5 stars on Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening us to. Also follow us on TikTok and Instagram, AJF2.pod. And if you're interested in any Apple Juice for Two merch, you know that sick denim hat that Isaiah always sports, head on over to sunroomstudiosllc.com/Apple Juice for Two merch.
There's
and purchase some there.
there's a couple clips on TikTok that are like
That's
a
true.
pube away from being viral. If
That's
you want
true.
to get on
Yeah,
it before it
one
goes
pube,
there,
yeah.
you better
Um,
follow quick.
So check out our TikTok, AJF2.podcast. Anyway, we got all that shit out of the way.
Yeah, go to the DMV.
Yeah.
So the DMV, it's a good sample. It's
Fuck
kind of
the
like
DMV.
sticking,
DMV sucks.
like getting a soil sample of the earth.
Mm,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
yeah.
You see like what sediment is here and shit.
Yeah, I've tried to start some like shows there at the DMV. Just like
pop up.
just pop up shows at the DMV. That's where we were originally going to do this secret show at, but apparently there was a conflict with the government. I just got arrested recently, so you know, with all that stuff.
Yep, I heard that bit.
I was
That
gonna-
was a
so
great bit, by the way.
I was gonna say so I was like 2 weeks ago or something. You did a bit, like a whole bit about
Yeah, I
being
was-
5
arrested and
straight
shit.
minutes.
Yeah,
and
I
we
mean-
were like, because the host said, introducing Austin Hughes, his week has definitely been more interesting than mine, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So
doubt.
what happened with that? If you don't, what can you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, what happened is I thought I was going to James Island.
Okay.
And turns out I went to Little St. James, which is Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein's island. And I thought while I was there, I might as well start investigating.
Yeah.
And not allowed. Not
Damn.
allowed. Yeah. So I quickly was taken to jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you saw some shit that you weren't allowed to see, and
Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff.
Gotcha.
I saw a lot of stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of fraudulent tax records.
Oh shit! This is
yeah.
an Apple Juice for Two exclusive.
Yeah, I
You heard it
actually,
here first.
yeah, I actually went into every single bedroom and found that all of the tags on the mattresses had been removed.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no.
That is not, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, no one's talking about this in the Ghislaine Maxwell case either. They
I
never
think,
even
like,
brought it up.
This Ukraine stuff is
Yeah,
probably
if
just a
if
distraction.
that's even a real place.
It's probably
Yeah.
just a distraction for this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and I was wondering though. I just don't know, like y'all's fans or y'all's political leanings. Is this a pro Ukraine or pro Russia podcast?
we are-
Is this...
we don't talk about politics much.
At all.
Yeah, we try not to talk about
I'll
politics.
just okay.
But
This
I mean, the
low
Ukraine
key, low
thing,
key,
like,
no specifics.
pro-Ukraine.
Cameron and I are pretty different politically.
That's true. Yeah.
But that's good because you know we're legit. You know.
Yeah, we're
But,
pretty
I mean,
opposite ends of
the problem
spectrum.
today, to get real quick, is just like politics just is so dividing, which sucks.
Mm.
So we just try to avoid it, but I don't know. I don't even know. Like, how am I supposed to know if I should be pro-Ukraine? Like, how am I supposed to know what's like exactly what's really going on?
So this is generally
Yeah.
why we don't talk about politics.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's
But
like,
to
what's
answer your
going on
question-
there? What's
Exactly.
going on there?
Like, you can see the news, but like, is the news real? Is
Yeah.
it actually what's going on? I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, exactly.
So it's until
is
it comes to
definitely
the States,
weird,
then I'll worry
weird
about it.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel for people dying. That sucks, but what I can't do shit. You know, call me selfish. I don't give a shit because you can't do anything either. And if you were real, you would get in a plane, go over to Ukraine, and fight with the citizens. And if you're not, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like I want to know. Yeah, I mean, like
That's
I
my
want to
take.
know where
There
where
you
you
go.
where,
There
where
you go.
Ukraine.
Wow, dude.
Like who did Ukraine vote for? Did Ukrainians vote for Trump or
I don't-
Biden? Like,
Okay,
who-
actually, I do know a fun story about that. I think I've told it previously, but the president. So they have a president. There's like
Yeah, Zelensky,
their
right?
government's weird. They have a president and then like other people, but the president himself, who is elected, years before the election, he made a TV show
Yeah, it's trending on Netflix.
about himself being president. He
Yeah.
wrote and directed it and was the president of Ukraine. And then he got elected president of Ukraine.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. It's like, but if you think about it, that would work in America too.
it
'Cause
basically
people,
did.
They just get in
It
their
is-
head, this
it
person
essentially
is
did.
president.
It just
and
wasn't
then-
a movie. It was a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry, I keep moving this shit. I'm trying to move. The mic stand is stronger than the table. Than the
No, yeah,
friction.
there's no rug or
no
friction
friction.
system that we have
Yeah.
on this table.
We
so
have a frictionless floor.
Frictionless house. That's where we're at.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's modern times.
Not a lot of friction going on here, boys. What's happening?
politics
What's
aside,
happening? When are the ladies getting here?
Oh,
Okay?
that's true, yeah,
I
we
was promised some ladies. All right.
I thought you were bringing them.
the apple
Oh.
juice for two ets are on their way. No, I'm joking. Those
Oh.
do not exist.
That
Anyway,
could be
so
a thing then.
Wait,
Where-
so you got denim hats? You don't have any ladies rocking your merch? Is this a
actually,
boys
no, that's
podcast?
that's a good point. We sell crop tops.
yeah,
You do?
Yeah, we sell
for
crop tops.
boys or
for people.
just a bunch of dudes
We're hoping
showing their
anybody-
hairy belly buttons, just like, ah, boy.
That's true. It's only for female identifying people. We actually ask for confirmation of your genitals
Yeah.
before
You have to send
we
me
ship.
a picture. ID.
Wow.
That's just for
Yeah.
we don't give a shit.
anyway. So where does your love for comedy come from?
My well, as a child, my father would
Yep, there we go.
relentlessly beat me over the head with joke books.
That's generally that's a common theme, a thread throughout comedians'
Yeah.
lifestyles. We
Yeah.
listen to interviews.
No, dude, I was like a comedy rat in Charleston for
Really,
like a super long time. Yeah, I mean, I was like going to Mike's just to like watch from when I was like 18, and like I would go up every once in a while, but it was pretty just crude, ill-formed, like just not well put together. And I think that just kept. I didn't have the drive, like I
Yeah.
didn't have the drive to like push through that beginning wave, and then eventually I was just like, fuck it. I'm just sticking to it.
yeah.
And that's
So what's that beginning wave like? Like, so when you decide to start. Wait, how old were you when you decided to start? Like, get up there.
Like taking it seriously,
or
or
like when you got up on stage.
like first time I was
Mhm.
18.
So then
Yeah.
you like are trying to write jokes, putting together these hodgepodge sets or whatever, and you said like there's a wall you hit before you push through, or like what's that like?
There's just like at the beginning, like you just don't know like what a joke is. Like
Okay,
you
yeah.
don't know like it's just like seriously
Yeah,
that's
no,
what
I
it is.
see-
Like,
yeah.
You're just
I
this
agree.
is funny.
Like okay, so
Yeah.
when you've seen us do stand up at the Sparrow and stuff, I mean this has been like the first
Well, I
couple
think-
times that we've done
I
it.
think I lived on it once. I think you weren't even there.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, the times I've done it, it's essentially like that because it's like to me the biggest hurdle or whatever is like I'm more like funny conversationally. I feel like, or that's what I feel like makes me funny. How I feel funny, and so it's like I don't going up there is like setting up that situation for you to be funny and like sell that punchline stuff. Like that's the hard part for me to figure out how to do.
Yeah, and so like that's the big thing is that like a lot of people are in a place where they're like very conversationally funny.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, I'll do stand up. Like I can make my friends laugh. And then you get up there, and that's what most of the time where like every single person starts.
Exactly,
Like most people aren't
I
like.
could probably use stand up.
I'm funny.
Yeah.
But
like,
I'm fucking funny. I'm funny.
Dude, you could do stand up.
I could.
Yeah.
I did do stand-up.
But there's nobody who's like I've never made a person laugh. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
try stand up.
Yeah.
But like,
true, yeah.
That would be funny, actually.
yeah, just the driest
We'd
person
be
at the
laughing at
party.
them.
Just
Yeah.
so unfunny.
Yeah.
Like, you have
I
no
want
idea.
to. I want to recreate that meme where it's the guy standing in the corner at the party, and he's like, "I think I should try stand up."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's their inner the voice telling us to get up there.
Yeah.
That's
But
ballsy, though.
But I think the moment you go from like a lot of comics talk about, the moment you go from cocktail party stories
Mhm.
to like jokes, like that's the big transition. And like
Yeah.
everybody goes through that phase where they get up on stage and they're like, I've got this funny story,
Yeah.
and they tell it, but like it doesn't have like the punches yet. Like
Yeah.
and like going from that spot to the next, like and a lot of times like even though you make that transition where you finally figure out how to do the joke, you like have to do it over and over again for every single bit you do, where you go up there and the first time you present it, it's a cocktail party story, and then you get it to the joke version, and then you're like
you
now
refine
it's
it
good.
down to the joke version or whatever.
Yeah, where it's like there's a setup and there's a punch and that's it, you know?
Because you go in with the idea and then you just see like what works about it. Cause
Yeah.
I guess you have to trust that like somewhere in there is the joke.
Yeah,
that
like
know
you
is
gotta
there.
know, and that's another thing is like figuring out where the like to be able to look at an idea and go like I could take that to stage, like
Right.
you know, like
Mhm.
like sometimes there's shit I'm talking about with like friends and shit, and I'm just like, this is hilarious, I'm dying laughing right now,
Yeah.
but there's no way this could ever work out on stage, dude.
We've definitely,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
and
for
that
sure.
that sucks.
Oh yeah,
Because it's like you
Yeah.
you have something funny and you're like, I want to.
Well,
because
because
a bit.
my very limited experience, it seems like the crowd is such a huge part of it. What
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you think? What part does this crowd play for you?
crowd is everything. The crowd is like I remember I had this joke, like I'm probably never gonna, I mean I'm never gonna tell it on stage again, but the joke was it was about like the first time I ever ate out a girl, she was on her period, right? And I didn't know, she didn't tell me, right?
okay.
But
Okay,
but I caught her red pussied. And then I say you can't really tell, or you can really tell once you start to get down there because you can taste the iron. Yeah, you know. And like I tried this joke like a couple times, and at the end I was
Iron.
like, you know, it's not that good pussy taste we're all used to. Red, what did I say? Red pussy, yum, like Red Robin.
Oh, yeah.
But and it never got a laugh. And I remember one of the older comics came up to me. He's like, "How many times have you tried that joke?" And I was like 5, 7 times. And he's like, "How many times has it gotten a laugh?" I was like, "Almost never." And he was like, "Then stop telling it." Like,
Yeah. So when do you think is like when do you let go of the joke? Like
Oh,
5 times or like
I think
is it shortened?
I think
I think it's
the
your gut.
faster you can get there to the point of acceptance. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the comics that really get in a rut are the ones that hold on to that
Yeah.
joke.
That
for
is a good
so
point. That is a good
long.
point, yeah.
And it's just
I
like,
can-
dude, stop. Like it's so
I
bad.
can see myself doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's just deep down, you're like, this joke is gold.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it.
What
I
don't
just
they
know
get?
it.
Well, and that's the thing. It's your baby. You came up
Yeah,
with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
yeah.
at some point, you told that to a friend,
Mhm.
and they laughed,
Uh-huh.
right? And you were like, so they laughed.
Yeah.
So why are...
Calling me racist with no proof.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, so like you telling that story, like I laughed.
Yeah.
But it's like, because I know it's true. Like we're just talking. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
not just a joke. But like on stage, you just never know like what really is real and
Yeah.
what is a bit, which can be funny too. But that's like I think where the
Well, I guess like, you kind of just like as the
conversation and
crowd,
the
you kind of just like
stage.
suspend your disbelief.
yeah,
to be
like the
whatever,
stage, there is a
like,
fourth wall.
Yeah.
and
yeah, I
A
guess.
part of stand up definitely is breaking it and just like being a real person with the people. But still, like they never know what is real and not.
Yeah.
What is a joke? What are you being genuine and you just are funny, or it's a complete bit? You just don't know.
Well, and that's like dancing that line. That's like, dude, fucking, I hate like I'm growing further and further to the point where I hate telling people, like just random people, I do stand up,
Yeah,
because they'll literally just be like, all right,
You did a bit about that. I think it's the first time we saw you, dude, and that was the funniest joke.
What was the bit?
Because we talked about it too, because we weren't sure like how much you planned, but you were talking about that, how like you told someone at work, and then people tell you shitty jokes. If something about a banana, and you told the joke and everyone laughed.
oh yeah,
And like that was the real bit.
Nice.
Oh my
Because
god,
you came back to it. It was like
Yeah.
it was perfect.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was so funny.
What was the bit?
yeah. So the bit is basically like
How much
like-
was that planned?
that was
Like the
planned.
whole
That-
thing?
that was
That's what
planned.
I thought.
And
but
that was the first time I did that.
I mean, it was hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
that's
so
perfectly planned.
basically I just, without any prompt, without any beginning, like I just said, they say an apple a day keeps a doctor away,
yeah.
but if you throw any fruit hard enough, it'll keep anybody away.
Yeah.
And then everybody laughed.
Fucking hilarious.
And I was like, and then I started to talk, and I was like, this is the stupid shit that people tell me to say on stage. And I was trying to make a point,
remember that.
and you motherfuckers laughed at it.
That's what got the biggest joke. Was then like,
Because that
you
is the
fuckers
joke.
laughed at that.
Because
yeah.
people laughed. Like
And
I
I was
did.
like,
I laughed
why?
at it too. Like
I was
it's-
so mad. That was not planned for y'all to laugh. That was planned for it to just
That's
be a
so
bomb.
funny. Because
And-
like it's the shit that you don't try. It's like effortless that gets
Right.
the attention. You're like, this shit I tried so hard on, got nothing.
Yeah.
But see, like that was like 2 bits, but
Or, like,
in reality, the whole
something
thing was 1 bit.
cool.
Because there was the setup where you did yours, and then you told the shitty one, and it actually got laughs.
And I hated that.
But the whole thing
Yeah,
was
exactly.
necessary for that, and then
Yeah.
it got even funnier.
I totally forgot about that. Maybe I need to.
Yeah, that was.
bring
I think that was the
back.
first time we went together, Brevin. That was a while ago. I forgot about that too.
I don't know, something about that
Oh.
joke about the throwing banana.
Camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep it.
It was just like that's like the perfect joke
It-
to
yeah.
put in there because it is retarded.
I got to
sorry,
bleep that
sorry,
out.
sorry.
No, I'm joking.
Oh gosh.
Well, no, my little sister
It
says
is just like
I listen to my little sister says because she's on the pulse of culture. You know what I mean? I'm out of
Okay.
touch.
I know you're not supposed to say that, but I'm sorry.
YouTube,
I said it.
Facebook, all these other
Okay,
channels.
the best time to use it is in traffic because you-
when you're in the car by
things are
yourself.
slower. You know,
Yeah.
it's not about mental illness. It's
I
like-
hear. I hear
everything-
that's true for a
everybody's
lot of
driving
words
slower.
you're not supposed to say when you're alone in your car.
Yeah, scientists recommend saying your racial slurs in your car all by yourself.
Oh, man.
N words. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that,
So this is a pro Russia pocket. No, I knew it.
Exactly.
I knew it.
no, I'm joking. Listen,
Uh,
we have
We're pro comedy.
Isaiah. Isaiah is our ticket out of all this trouble.
Right, right.
I'm
He gave us the pass. I have my card. I'm not going to show
Oh
you
my
because it's
God.
private.
That
but
is true.
It exists.
We are card carrying members of the Black Friend Society.
Wow, that's awesome. I've had so many black friends and no one's given me a card.
Really?
I
You
mean,
just maybe you
Look,
don't deserve it.
We'll hook you
Yeah.
up with Isaiah.
I don't know what the
All right.
criteria
Isaiah.
is.
He's we'll get
he's
you
just
hooked
giving
up.
these things out.
Yeah, we got you. He's our guy.
Jeez.
This is
Make,
awesome.
find out he's not even
I'm gonna dig us out of
authorized
this
to give
hole.
him out.
Yeah.
So like, who are like your influences growing up? Like, if you had to say like this comedian, this comedian, I
A comedian and
comedian.
Is
yeah.
there a word for female comedian?
That's
Like,
comedian.
comedian.
Comedian. Comedian.
I feel like that's more
That's
sexist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that.
To like make
No.
it like feminine.
Oh yeah, I mean
You know?
that's why you don't hear it anymore. They got rid of it because the whole like comedian
Actor.
thing was
Oh, that was actual thing.
yeah,
Comedian?
like back in the 90s. If you
Wow.
look, they'll be like this comedian instead of comedian.
Okay,
Oh,
I mean
really?
the truth is,
Yeah,
women
no,
just
it's a
don't
real
belong
thing,
in
yeah.
comedy.
That's actually.
Oh,
sick.
Okay,
God.
moving on. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Are these the TikTok videos? Is this what's gonna go?
No, that's a joke.
I'll use the
See,
word.
that's the beauty of comedy. You can say anything and then it's a joke, as long
Sometimes.
as people laugh. Is the key. That's right. That's what makes a joke, right?
Yeah.
People laugh. So, anyways,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
who
one
are
of the
your
beauty. That's
inspirations?
probably one of the our good things about this podcast is like we have.
We're comedy. It's comedy, dude.
Well, no, there are 3 points.
It's comedy. This is a joke.
It's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
It's 3 points along the political spectrum, to be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm probably more left than Isaiah is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Honestly, and then
He's
he's
like
in the middle.
yeah.
And then there's you.
I think. Okay, honestly,
Like,
though,
but where's the middle though?
The
like,
thing,
are
though, is
you
Isaiah
just
just-
all in the right? Just
No,
like
I-
he's
No,
like
no,
he's
no.
like
I voted for
QAnon.
Joe. I'm a Bernie bro. I'm
literally a Nazi.
Oh, like pretty far left. You're almost a leftist.
you could say I'm a libtard at some points. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You
Dude,
go pretty
honestly,
far left.
the interview pods are a little different. Maybe we could. You know.
What's up, Byron?
I think Isaiah doesn't think about it as much.
What, the politics?
He's just not even as opiniated.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
This is comedy. Anyway.
But now that he's not here, we can talk about it.
Well, I mean, it is interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think that's we do. Like, we can appeal to a large.
That's
crowd.
the thing, though. Like, there's just so many ideas, you know.
There are. That's.
And that's
They're not
okay,
all good. They're not all
comedy
good. They're not all
and
good.
everything else. Like, we're just ourselves.
There's a lot of Facebook. You know.
Yeah.
We're
We're real people, okay? We're not
a
bullshitting.
lot of Facebook moms. That's what you're about to say. There are a lot of Facebook moms.
Yeah.
Listen, Jack. There are a lot of Facebook moms out there. Okay, and we got to do something about it.
We're selling crop tops. Extra larges are half price, lady.
We're selling croc TikToks.
We're telling Crocs on TikTok half price for all the Facebook
Yeah, that's our
moms
Joe
out there.
Biden. That's Joe Biden. Yeah. Okay, but well, so I'm curious about
Who are your
so
inspirations?
Brevin and I have decided to like. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
inspirations.
I do want to know. I am
First,
genuinely
inspirations,
curious.
Yeah.
Because how old are you now?
How old am I now? Dude, I'm fucking Gen Z, bro. I'm like 19. I'm
What year were you born?
Oh, bet.
19.
No,
that's
dude,
lit.
what? No, like
92?
2000, baby.
We're 90s too.
Yeah,
just barely.
no. Yeah, no,
Bro.
I'm 20. I'm 26. I'm 26. So, yeah, I'm
I just turned
I'm an
23.
elder. Yeah.
Okay.
People are not that brave.
So you're not that old.
No, I'm not that old, but
You
you're
got a good chunk of 90s.
You're
though.
on the decline. Like I'm telling you, hit
No,
23.
I know.
It's all downhill.
Yeah.
it's
I think
It's
that's
only
how-
gonna get worse.
Literally, that's how I
19
felt.
sucks.
We were talking about this actually. Like 23 is like okay, it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Your
the rest
20s.
now is you're adult. Like
Because
people
we're-
like you could still be like the kid around
Yeah.
a group of people who are like say you know 26
40s,
Yeah.
50s.
or early
Yeah.
30s. Will be like hey look at the kid 23-year-olds around here and shit. But the existential crisis is real.
Yeah.
You're closer to halfway through to 30 than you are to being a teenager.
22 was that's okay. Anyway, that's terrifying. So like what are some names?
So like I'd say number one, Norm Macdonald.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
That
Dude,
checks
yeah,
out.
yeah, dude. I went through a deep dive of him.
Yeah.
I recently just I recently read his book, dude.
Oh, interesting.
Not
Should
really.
check that out.
I read the audiobook, but
That's interesting, yeah.
yeah, but it's so good with him reading it too. He's
That's cool.
phenomenal,
awesome, yeah.
phenomenal comedian. I really like
What's
him.
the book about? Is it about him or is it his philosophies or like is
It's
it a fiction?
so it's like an autobiography,
Okay.
but it is like so exaggerated. It's insane. Like
Yeah.
he's a lot of the like. I mean, at one point in the story, he talks about he was at SNL and they were with the Make a Wish Foundation, and he. The kid's wish was he wanted to club a seal, and so he takes him.
to club a sale.
Yeah. So he takes him up north because this kid wants to watch the life drain out of a young seal's eyes. and he does it. And then the kid like miraculously is healed of his
my
cancer. But then like the next week after he's healed, he gets hit by a bus and dies.
Oh my god!
So
It's one of the most, and there's
Wow.
tons of stories. I mean, I didn't ruin it all. Like it's just every chapter. Like, dude, there's literally.
That's poetry.
He literally has. I'm not trying to ruin the book, but like he literally has like he's going through his life and he's like ages 4 through 10, and it's like chapter 2, ages 4 through 10, and he like tells all these stories, and then he's like chapter 3, ages 10 through 13. I forgot. Chapter 4.
Yeah.
Just-
Okay, who remembers 10 through 14 though?
yeah.
Like, do you
I
just remember
mean-
like the one or two things that happened to you during that time that were traumatic and that
yeah,
stick with you
literally,
forever?
there's
I remember the first time I masturbated, and that was at,
Same.
that was at
Yeah.
12.
How can you forget?
Are we about
Yeah.
to talk about this?
Okay,
now?
Yeah.
because there's also like what I'm also curious. This is like a morbid curiosity, but like what level of knowledge did every boy have of what they were doing when they did it the first time? Like that something came out of them. Like were they like, "Yep, I was ready for that," or they're like,
I was.
"That's weird."
That was me. I
was
did not
genuinely
get it.
surprised.
Me too.
I was genuinely surprised.
I
I was
was
like, "What the fuck is
I was saying
that?"
this as
I feel bad for the guys who
Yeah.
are like,
Oh,
"Oh,
dude,
give me
okay.
that jizz."
I was so like,
know?
I was
Like,
so
they've been
freaked out by it. I was so freaked out about it.
Give me that sweet, sweet
Mom,
dick nectar.
Mom, Tegan, turn this off right now.
Yeah,
I was so
literally.
freaked out about it that the first few times I jerked off, I wore latex gloves. Anyway,
clinical.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
I think-
so let's talk about
were
the
you-
Charleston comedy
No,
scene.
we're, Were you hitting the latex gloves raw though? Were you no lotion?
It's basically a condom.
It was
The hand condom.
I'll go this is where my joke. What do you used to jerk off with stems from. Anyway, but
Latex
my
gloves.
first combination was latex gloves and spit, baby.
Oh,
Dude,
really?
That's how
That's the
I busted my
thing.
first few
Dude,
nuts.
mine was hair gel. My first one
Wow.
was I don't
That
know.
burn?
Yeah, do you
No,
have
it
scars?
just like, dude, at the end, like I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Like, dude, I jizzed, and then immediately I was like, how do I get out of this situation? Like,
Yeah.
it is now extremely sticky.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess I have to say mine was Vaseline, so same situation.
that's a good.
It's
that's a
like
good
it
first.
is a lubricant,
Yeah, no, that's a
and
great
it does.
one.
it's not
like
ideal.
it's so oily.
Yeah, definitely don't use that with a partner. But
Oh
yeah,
no,
that's
that'll
yeah.
fuck shit.
Also,
up.
you have to be hard as fuck to use Vaseline. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be
14-year-old me,
full
like,
bar.
What do you?
Oh
expect?
well, yeah,
Correct.
you're
You
fucking,
can't do any half chubs with
That's like-
Vaseline.
That's like you're still in like what, like double digit erections at that point. Like
Yeah.
that thing's stiff as a
yeah,
rock.
exactly. That's
You're
true.
like Viagra. What? Like
going
get
anywhere.
out
yeah,
of here.
exactly for real.
Like what do you mean you can't get it up? That doesn't mean shit.
like, I think just because there's so much like pedophilia in modern culture, it's like it feels weird to talk about my own self, even as a kid,
I see
even
what you
though
mean.
it's not at all the same thing. It's just like, can we? It's like, yeah, of course we can. We're talking
You
about
know-
our own bodies,
I just
I've never connected
hate
that
it.
to pedophilia, to be honest.
dude. It's so prevalent. It sucks. There's so many pedophiles.
There is that clip that we have from Man on the Street where the girl's like, "Oh, shout out to all the pedophile sexual assaulters." What
She did
say?
not say shout out to the sex.
Oh yeah.
We asked people what's not talked about.
Oh
And
right.
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"There's a which sucks because like it kind of ruined the vibe."
It really
She's
did.
like, "What's not talked about? Child predators and pedophiles." Like, all right then,
yeah.
that's
I'll
not
cut-
funny.
I'll
at all.
cut this
I
in.
went on the guy who runs fucking the Sparrow, well not the owner of the bar, but like the guy who runs all the comedy
Yeah,
there, Josh, he's got like fucking Low Country Low Lives podcast, and it always
Shout
gets
out to-
nominated.
okay.
Always gets
Yeah, shout out to
nominated for like best.
Low Country Low Lives podcast.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome. But
Yeah, collab.
the first time he was like ever like, yo, you should come on. Like I was like super psyched. Like I was
Nice.
like, yeah, let's go. And I think I got like a little too drunk, and me and
yeah.
Dan Sweeney.
Yeah, Dan Sweeney. Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he was on there too,
Mhm.
and we just got into an argument about pedophilia,
Nice.
and like we
Wait,
talked.
what is there to argue about?
No, like we just. I mean, like I was just like, I don't understand what's the big deal, but no, I was just, like,
yeah, exactly.
no, like we just got an argument that like I was saying that like it's being ignored, and he was like, no, people are talking about it, like it's definitely people are talking about it more than ever, and I was like, I don't think they're talking about it enough. Like we literally found out there's a huge sex ring, like we're avoiding it, and it
Yeah.
was one person was saying that like we're finally at a place where we're talking about it more, and then the other, and I was saying that we're still not talking about it enough. I mean, and there were other things where I was saying that if you're touched, that means like a lot of people are saying now, if you're touched, that is a term for mentally handicapped, and he was trying to tell me that no, it is
Yeah.
still the most prevalent to
It's
say.
both.
Yeah.
I thought of both. It means yeah. You could use that.
Yeah,
I've heard
and we
that
got
for
in an
both.
argument about
well,
it.
literally touched, but then it's like, what are they touched by? It's like
Mm.
it's kind of like
Well,
it's like a
that's
blanket.
the conversation.
It's just
Yeah,
a euphemism.
dude, that was the argument.
Because that's a euphemism versus literally
Well, being
touched.
touched? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could either be euphemism or literal.
Yeah.
Literal. My
Yeah,
fucking
and
lisp.
so we got in an argument about
That's-
pedophiles and
that's
pedophilia
hilarious.
for an hour, and then Josh was just like, "I'm not posting this," because it's just us
Well, like,
yelling at
what
each
do you,
other.
What points
Oh,
can y'all
okay,
bring
wait,
up?
actually,
like, it's not
I,
brought up
um,
enough. Yes,
I
it
think-
is.
I don't. You may not have even been there at this week at the Sparrow, but and I don't even know if I heard this right or whatever.
Oh,
but
Like
yeah, yeah.
yesterday?
no, not
No.
yesterday. Either I think
2
it was
weeks-
the week
2
before
weeks ago.
last week.
okay.
But there was some random dude on stage telling jokes that I hadn't really seen many times before or whatever. But he was telling some pedophilia joke. Brevin, was it?
Okay, so the joke was like, still it seems like we haven't like figured out the. No, it was an abortion joke. wasn't pedophilia.
Okay, never
he
mind.
was like,
so it's not really as relevant.
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's interesting though. You guys got into about pedophilia, you and Dan.
Yeah, because I mean, like I
That's
think,
probably the only thing that two moral people could get into about pedophilia.
yeah,
To argue
That's
about.
true. Yeah.
We need
Dude,
to talk
there's-
about it more. No, it's talked about enough. That's like
true.
that's it.
Yeah,
Anything
that's
else like
true.
actually
That's the
about
only
pedophilia,
debate under the umbrella
like,
of pedophilia.
yeah, there is no debate.
Well, I mean, there's also the debate of like, what do you do with them? Like, I mean, like I had a joke.
That's true.
I
Do
had
you
a-
rehabilitate or whatever?
Yeah,
But
like
see,
I had
it's
a
nothing
joke-
good.
No,
It's only a consequence.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I watched a video of a pedophile in like some like I could tell by the wear that it was like a Middle Eastern country.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But like I watched like a video, like a pretty well shot video, honestly, of someone a pedophile getting stoned to death.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
God.
I don't
It is-
know. I don't
it's
know.
A
if
long.
that's-
I mean,
it
like,
takes a
I don't know
long
if the
time.
West is ready for that, but like, I don't. I'm
Well,
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not
you know?
campaigning to bring
Yeah.
it back.
So that's what you're
not-
running on.
No, no.
Stone the pedos, dude. That would be fun.
We got to take the Bud Lights away from Brevin.
In a really, that's true. Too many buds.
You got to turn that to the
I do have to
camera,
say
get a
though, I don't
sponsor.
drink Bud Light. It was
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, but can we get
Where
the,
I just want to say that.
Where did you get it from?
Yeah, it's
Were you
true.
just walking
How
down
does
the
that
street?
It's a
happen?
long story.
Oh, okay.
Really? Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not too long. It's just not
Okay,
that
wait. That's
interesting.
actually this kind of
I
ties in
didn't
with my
steal
next
them.
question. I wanted to ask you, like, okay, so the Charleston comedy scene, like, where do you said, which is, I'm glad I'm asking you because you said that you've been checking it out or like just peeping around since you're like 18 and shit.
That's
Yeah.
right after the pedos.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should
I've
say
just,
that.
I've just been being a little
Chasing
trickster
around.
in the corner, watching through the windows. All these young comics, all these young boys telling their dirty jokes.
This is a rated R episode.
So, I admit,
100%.
this is a comedian.
It's always explicit.
Yeah, I didn't even ask like what the
No, we,
limits were.
yeah,
on
we,
this.
you can say whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
We don't censor.
In your opinion, like, where is it at? How does it stack up against Atlanta, Charlotte, Savannah, or where? How has it
Chi-town.
been changing and stuff? Like, what's the deal?
I mean, that's a hard one. I mean, like, if you're saying, like, comparing it to Atlanta, it's nothing. Like, I mean,
Exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
like, because, like, Atlanta's one of the, like, contenders for, like, top cities
Of
in,
the
like,
U.S.
and I mean,
Yeah.
the U.S. by far is, like, a contender, like, to its own, like,
Oh,
in
I'm
the
sure, yeah,
world.
yeah.
Yeah, like, so,
I'd
like,
say it's the comedy hub.
yeah,
Like,
United
European
States.
comedies, like obviously you got Monty Python.
I mean, like,
some of it's funny, but
New York
it's just
and L.A.
weird.
Like, that's
They just don't get it. It's
Yeah.
just America.
like, maybe
is
that's just
comedy.
my short-sighted Western, or I don't know
We're
much
just
about
funnier.
international comedy, but like I just know about like New York and L.A.
I think it's the freedom.
I mean,
You
like,
give people
like,
freedom and they're
like
funny.
Melbourne is big, London is
Okay, yeah,
big,
that's
like,
true.
and they have
in terms
they
of like
have-
tour stops or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, like, as far as like comedy scenes, like they're big
Gotcha.
comics who come out of those areas. But like when it comes to like a place with a multiplicity of cities that are all like big hubs, like if you're talking about like New York, LA, Atlanta, Austin, Boston,
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
DMV area, like they're all producing like these
Yeah.
great comedic acts, like
Uh-huh.
fucking like Rory Scovel like
Yeah.
filmed his in like the DMV area. Like there's I just don't
You
think
mean
there's
Delmarva area by that, or
like Delaware, DC
Yes,
area, like
gotcha.
stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And so like I just don't think there's like a place like that. But like yeah, like Atlanta's in the conversation with like top cities. Like Charleston's
okay.
not in that.
Mhm.
As far as like Charleston
Yeah.
goes when compared to like
southeastern cities maybe?
like when it's compared to like a lot of people like to rank it up as like primary cities, secondary cities, tertiary cities. Like that's how like Ari Shafir talks about it. So like your primary cities, which he did this in a discussion that was like 10 years old now, so it's not as relevant. But he would say your primary cities are like New York and LA, and then like secondary ones are like bigger cities like like a Chicago,
yeah.
like and then your tertiary cities are like where you grow up, right?
That makes sense.
And like
yeah.
Charleston compared to like other like cities like that you grow up in, like like great. Like we have shows, we have touring comics, like
right, yeah.
like like I think our mics have like we have like stable mics, but like mics fluctuate a good bit like on a yearly basis.
Gotcha.
Which that's like a growing thing, but like and I mean each scene has its own like eclectic nature. Like I really enjoy going down to Savannah just because they're fucking insane with their
Really?
comedy. Yeah, like they've got their comedic acts are just like so weird. They got people going up on stage with puppets. They got
Nice.
they got
That's actually
one act that goes up. It's two guys who go up at the same time and they essentially do a late night talk show
That's
in
sweet.
5 minutes.
That's actually wild.
They go up there and one monologues, then another one just tells jokes. Then they interview each other real quick, and then they play a song that
sweet.
they make up on the spot.
Wow.
And then
That
they're
is
done
amazing.
with their 5 minutes. Like it's insane.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
There's a guy who is driven up from Savannah a few times that we've seen at the Sparrow.
Are you talking about Pork Chop?
Maybe. I don't know, I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's like come up from Savannah a few times. It was fucking hilarious.
Or are you talking about Chris? He's like
Probably,
a taller,
I think Chris.
Yeah.
That sounds more familiar.
taller dude.
Yes.
Very Anglo-Saxon looking.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, Chris is cool. He's been doing comedy in Savannah a long time.
Nice.
And he was on a streak there for a couple months where he was coming to a lot of mics in Charleston. But Pork Chop, he comes up a good bit. You'll see him at Sparrow every once in a while.
Nice.
But yeah, there's like some great comedic acts from Savannah. Like fucking Nate Allen is out of Savannah, and he just recently moved to Atlanta. And I mean, he's a killer.
Nice,
like he can slaughter. But yeah. I mean, like we stack up pretty good. I mean, it's also one of those things like where you're always like, it's like when you're going to college and like the other college is across the way and you're just like, oh man, if only I'd gone there.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, this place fucking sucks. And then you look back on it once you're out, you're like, it really wasn't that bad. Like, I was just complaining.
I mean, we could be in like Midwestern United States with just nothing around us.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah.
That would be bad. That would be very bad.
Like if you're growing up, like there's gonna be some random motherfucker who comes across this podcast who's living in a trailer park and the next city over is like 2 hours and he's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You live in a city.
You know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Start a mic in your trailer park, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Like have some ingenuity.
You heard of Twitch?
Yeah.
Exactly. Get fucking what's the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader dude?
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah,
Came out with a new special.
Exactly.
Dude, shout out Jeff Foxworthy, dude. Come on the show.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. Jeff Foxworthy, where are you at?
Where you at, bro?
Come on.
Get the circuit, dude. This is a point
circuit,
on it.
yeah.
This is on the circuit.
So, what are the biggest? Speaking of the circuit, what are the biggest like acts that you've seen come through Charleston?
Come through Charleston?
Like I mean, like I'm seeing Mark Maron in a few months. He's coming to the music hall and shit. But like, I mean, that's a big act. Just like doing a tour. Like, I mean, who's like big that you've seen come through here and like, I don't know.
I mean, as far as like coming to the Sparrow, or just like in like the people who aren't hitting like the Coliseums and like the music halls, like Rosebud Baker came through here, as well as her husband Andy Haynes, and they both like Comedy Central, like, like big names. Like she just released a special this past year on Comedy Central. Chanel Ali was just here. She opens up for or features for Michael Shea, who's the Weekend Update dude on SNL. Shane Torres was here. He's done stuff with like Burt Kreischer.
Wait, so Michael Shea was here in Charleston?
Not Michael Shea. So his feature act, Chanel Ali. Yeah. She was awesome, dude. Check out Chanel Ali. She's really good. Catherine Blanford just came through here. She just released a special on Amazon Prime. She's actually coming back. She just booked another date here. But yeah, I mean, like we have tons of like really cool acts come through and do. Sean Pattinson comes through. He's a fucking road dog, and he like just murders. But yeah, I mean, like. Yeah, like and that's the difference. Like, there's people who come through here who are like road dogs that are hitting like the smaller spots, because there's such a big gap, and that's what kind of makes Charleston a harder city for a lot of people to hit. Because you either have to kind of like, well, from what I see, my little knowledge on comedy, like I haven't really been doing it that long, but like it seems like you either have to kind of be big enough to book a theater or the fucking North Charleston Coliseum, which is you have to be fucking Dave Chappelle. Like you gotta be so massive, or you have to settle with a bar show where you're gonna get about 50 to 60 people out.
That's true. So there's such like there's not that middle class, I guess you would say, of the comedians. It's kind of like dying out type shit.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, like I mean, like if you go to like if you go to like DC, like there's gonna be any range of seating, right? Like, so if you're a comic that can fill a room with about 100 to 150 people, like you're not having to settle for like a 50-person room. Like you can have that 100 to 150 people. If you're a person who can book like a 500 people room, you can get that. You don't have to make that jump to 50,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the fucking North Charleston Coliseum.
For real. No, that makes sense. So speaking of like the big time comedy scene in general, the national, international comedy scene, I guess you would say. There's some people who would say like stand-up's a dying art, kind of like it's just been worn in so much. The people who have done it, and just like the tropes are becoming cliches now and shit.
Yeah.
What's your opinion or takes on that?
I think it changes. It's different. Like it's funny because like so like I didn't start doing comedy during the time of like the like straight jokes, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the Dangerfield who had like of
One-liners.
yeah, like the one-liners or like the people who like yeah, like never gets any respect. But like Seinfeld, like he had like one act and he just did that act all the time.
He still does it.
Yeah,
I
like,
saw him at the Coliseum, and it was like the same shtick, just new material.
yeah,
And
yeah.
some of it was a little like, all right, let's move on. Some of it was hilarious because he is hilarious, but like, yeah, he's been doing the same thing forever.
Which I mean, like that's cool, but
yeah,
it
he
seems,
pioneered that. He was like the first guy to do that.
Yeah, but it seems like now it's like morphing into like different comics are like morphing into because it does, it has some tropes, and that's the thing. Like when you tell somebody you do comedy and they're like an older person, like in their like 40s or 50s, they'll be like, oh, what type of comedy? Because that's what it used to be. Is like you have your clean,
or whatever. Yeah.
You have your blue comedy, which is like the dark stuff. You have
there's a Southern comedy like the Jeff Foxworthy's.
Yeah,
all about the
Southern
blue-collar
comedy.
thing.
They've got like black comedy was its own thing. Hispanic comedy was its own thing. Like every like there were all these different categories.
Yes,
and now it's just like you do stand up and you know people
kind of have to appeal to the whole audience, like you know what I mean, all of it.
Yeah, and that was what was kind of weird for me. Like when I did like a couple shows when I went to DC, and it was very strange because like in the South we just do not have like diversity at all.
Yeah.
Like I mean like the shows I've done like you walk into a room and it's usually one type of person. You know, like it's either all old people, it's like all young people, it's all liberals, it's all conservatives. It's like in the South we just like don't hang out together. I don't know if
that's
it's
a good
just
point.
but like I went there and it was just all sorts of people. Just like you could tell
in
from
one
the
spot.
you could tell from the laughs like which people were laughing at like what types of jokes. You could tell like there were pockets of people who liked some stuff and that's just like one of those things where like it seems like sometimes in rooms like you're like gauging the room where it's like, oh, these are all like older Southerners. They're not gonna like I'm not gonna go down this trail of like more liberal thinking because it's like they just
that's a dead end already.
Because it's like they're not even talking about that. They're just like trans people.
No,
they're
just gonna dismiss you.
No, but I mean like I mean like you have to be like a little more service, and it's the same thing with like a lot of the bars we tend to have mics in are like a lot more liberal leaning. And so like when I go in there, like, like I had a joke where I made fun of Obama and I was making fun of the fact that nobody's walking up to Obama and being like, you didn't mean to drone a hospital. Like, don't let your mistakes define you, Obama. And like the crowd was just very like appalled. Like, and I was like, that's what he did.
Yeah.
That's what he fucking did. And I had just
even
made
if you like him, it's still funny.
Yeah. And I had just made a joke about fucking Bush invading Iraq for
I
no
remember
reason.
that bit.
Yeah, like but they don't like that.
That's a really interesting observation, I think, about how like,
I've
in the
noticed that
South,
especially.
the people who are like-minded tend to really just gather with themselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We self-segregate.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
we like to be in echo chambers.
Birds of a feather flock
that's
together.
true, and I think even more so these days too.
Yeah, I mean that's what the internet is so great about. If I ever want somebody to affirm what I think, I just find a thread and every single person will tell me I'm right.
Exactly.
And whatever you oppose, you can find a really stupid person that agrees with it and argue with them and
be
feel
able
superior.
to own them.
Yeah.
You can own any lib.
Yeah.
Or own, any.
Yeah, you can own anyone that believes anything.
Like, I don't know if you guys have taken deep dives on 4chan, but that is a place.
I've never been to Fortune. Yeah,
oh
I
my
never
God,
have.
dude. Get
I
on
mean, I've
there.
heard-
Everyone, right now. This is a PSA. Get on 4chan.
Shout out to 4chan.
That is the...
We should do a live stream or something, like a deep dive.
Oh, it's...
That's true.
Dude, you're gonna find... Like, it's like insanity.
Like
beautiful.
fandom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, but yeah, there's some great shit on 4chan. There's some people with some of the most insane views I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, a lot of incels.
They got to go somewhere.
On there. Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
It's the only
where they're
place
gonna
that
end up.
won't ban them.
yeah.
So, personally for you, what's your process for writing jokes? Like, do you have a notepad or your notes app, or do you just go up with ideas, or what is it?
Dude, I haven't even figured it out, honestly. I mean, like, I think recently it's been, let me see, like, I think of something funny, and then I write it in my notes, and then, like, every time I'm, like, about to go up, I look through my notes, and if I'm, like, if I think something is ready to kind of go to the stage, where I think I've got at least one joke in this idea, I'll take it to the stage because I can ramble a little bit. Maybe I'll find some more in it. But if I have one joke, I can get a laugh out of that idea, and then I'll feel good enough to where I can get the laugh and move on. But like sometimes I'll sit with a premise for like the longest time. I've been sitting on this one joke. It's just like, it's some stupid observation about Patreon. And I have not been, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so mad. Like, I've been sitting on it for like 2 months, and I know it's there.
Yeah.
But I just
don't know how to get to it.
Dude, I've thought about it like 14 different ways. And I was almost going to talk about it. I was almost going to go fuck it and do it on stage last night at the mic. And then I was just like, no, I still hate this joke.
It's not ready yet.
Yeah, it's still.
Well, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, so what do you go up with? Like, do you go up with a punchline, like you know how this is, like how this punchline is gonna come out, or do you just go up with like this idea? Most of the time.
Yeah. I think
you riff within it and stuff.
Yeah, like, well, and there's like, so there's also like different states. Like I haven't been drinking lately. I've been on like a little sober tour recently. So I've been not doing this as much, but like there are definitely times where like it's like the fourth mic of the week. Like I've practiced my set and I just go fuck it and just get plastered and then get on stage for 5 minutes and try and work out a bit. Like I'd go up there with the Patreon thing and I'd hit people over the head with it until I found a laugh and then go, that's the joke, and I'd get 30 seconds out of it. I'd work it for like 5 minutes until I
milk it and squeeze it.
Yeah.
Well, then after like you said, like that's where it is.
Yeah.
And then it guys go from there.
It just sucks
refining it
because I know the audience just hates me for fucking.
I mean, that's the
for
thing.
5 minutes
I guess
of
like
being
that's
like
the ultimate
laugh
fear.
at something.
Yeah, like that's the ultimate fear that holds people back from doing it. Like people are not going to laugh at you and stuff.
Yeah.
But like if you want to, if you feel like and you know that there's something funny there, like. You have to go up and find it
work
and throw some shit at the wall, and it's not going to stick. But then, like you said, like something's going to stick with it. Usually,
it's funny that you mentioned alcohol because you're literally refining the joke the same way they refine alcohol. You get out the shit from the beginning and the end. You get that punchline and you pull it out for the next time, and you drop that shot of vodka on them, and it kills.
What do you how does your experience doing stand up differ when you're sober and not sober?
So I honestly, this is the longest I've ever done it sober. Nice. I think I went a week where I did it sober and I was absolutely like petrified.
Yeah, that can be freaky because you're like, I've done this the whole time when I go do this.
Yeah, for like 2 years. Like I would drink every single time. Like, dude, I mean, when me and my buddy, like early on, when we started a mic like almost immediately after I started. And for like the first 6 months of us doing that mic, neither of us remembered closing that show. like there wasn't a single night where we were like I would just wake up next morning and be like, I guess the show ended.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's still going on.
At some point we got up.
Yeah, at some point we finished, I guess, but I don't remember. Yeah.
But so now you're totally straight when you're doing it.
Yeah. And I've just been, I mean, it was just like, I was just like, I need to take a break. Like, I'm a full-blown alcoholic. Maybe it's time for me to reevaluate how I see that.
Thank God you got there before you got any worse.
Yeah, well, if we want to talk about how I actually got arrested. But, but no, I mean, like, no, that had nothing.
You could be in a hospital bed and dialysis.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
you're
here.
Yeah,
good.
I could have ruined relationships and, you know, but, and I did. But, shout out Lost Friends. I had to take that shot. I had to take that shot. But no, and I mean, like, it's been weird though, because it's strange being so like conscious and lucid during your set. And it's kind of hard to find the loosey goosey because I like to be a little loosey goosey. I don't like to be rigid. I hate watching people go up there and I can tell they're reading a script. I don't like that because it doesn't sound natural. And it goes back to what you were talking about, where I think a big part of it is having the audience like trust that this is something you genuinely think. And and you should let them in on the joke so they know where the absurdity is a little bit. But like you can lead them down false paths sometime and then be like, ah, gotcha. But like to a certain extent, like I feel like, you know, there should be the illusion of like reality.
Yeah,
that like I'm actually
Like, we're just
saying
talking
all of us.
right now.
Yeah, and I feel like once they get lost in that,
Yeah.
like this person's just talking, that's when you can really.
That's when you have them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when you have them. But like when they can see, like you're just up there, like
Scrolling.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, so
Yeah.
how do you keep it loosey goosey then on stage now that you are sober? How do you go about that?
Dude, I don't know.
Just,
Like I
not
mean,
give
like
a fuck.
I
type
try and not plan every shout out True. I talked to True about this. True's awesome about this. True always tries to go up whenever he's workshopping jokes to like a mic. He's always going up with like at least one like new joke that he wants to get in there. And I feel like you can have jokes that you've already done before, but you keep it loosey-goosey by staying on your toes when you're trying to fit in a new joke, right? Because then like you're not necessarily playing with the wording of those jokes that you feel like are already there, but you're playing with like the arrangement of them. And so when you're like trying to play 3D chess and think 2 words ahead of the audience, then you kind of have to be loosey-goosey. Because if you don't, then
you can't take it anywhere, and you need to be able to take it those places.
and you need to be able,
especially with crowd work. Yeah.
And like the more you fucking like, there's so many times now when like I'll try a new joke and I won't know exactly what it's gonna end on, but then like the audience will say some shit or I was doing fucking Mike the other day and I like tried a new joke and then this woman in the audience was just like, Jesus. And I was like, and I just went like, praise the Lord. And then the crowd kind of got a chuckle. And then I was like, speaking of Jesus. And then I went into a bit I already had written about the church. And I was like, yes.
Bingo.
I was like, if only you were at every single one of my shows and said that,
You could just be my
that
plan.
would work. Yeah.
Well, so do you ever get writer's block or like joke block or like?
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I just told you about the fucking. I'm sitting on that Patreon joke.
Yes.
What the fuck's going on, dude?
How'd you
I
get
don't.
there?
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not. I'm definitely not the type of person. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm the type of person who like sits down and writes, but I'm just like not that guy. Like, I'll sit down and like think about prompts. Like I really like there's like a lot of like people on TikTok who do like writing prompts. And like a lot of times like I like to think of those like, and not necessarily like journal, but just kind of like think of them and like try and think of like the story, like either like a story from my life that like relates to that or something like that. And like I think a lot of times that like helps. Like, dude, I'm like when I fucking went to my parents' house for Christmas and I started looking through my yearbooks, dude, I was having I was like, dude, my notes exploded. I was like, oh, I remember this dude. He stuck his thumb up his butt on the bus. And I was like, there's got to be something there.
Yeah. Your synapses are firing off.
Yeah. Like
Nostalgic
I was like, this guy said he was going to cut the testicles off our bus driver. Like, I was like, shout out Joe O'Donnell. Like, I think that guy's dead, honestly. I don't know.
Oh, shout out to Joe O'Donnell.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Or his memory.
Yeah,
whichever it may be.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
R.I.P.
Yeah, love that guy.
Either case.
Well, so I like whether it fails or it goes well. I guess what would you say keeps you getting up on stage or in front of people or trying to get better at jokes or whatever? Like,
the heroin addiction of the laugh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
when
feel like
you
that's
actually
easy-
kill, like when you feel that laugh from the start to the finish, like that's fuck busting a nut. Like, I don't even, I'm like, dude, like you could have bitches all over you after that. And you're just like, I don't even want to ruin the moment, ladies. Like, no.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about
I'm too desperate
applause?
for that.
No, I feel
Like, what's
that.
your take on it?
On
When
what?
When a crowd claps.
Ooh, this is controversial.
Okay. Good.
It's like it's separate from laughter.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel about that. Honestly. Dude. Okay. So it's one thing if you say, like, sometimes you say stuff and people are just gonna applaud at it, right?
Yeah.
Like if
That
you
happened the first time I went up.
What did you say?
It was my Will Smith joke.
Did you? But what did you like? What was the thing right before they applauded?
Oh, I mean, it was like a pretty. It was like a one-liner basically about the whole thing.
Oh, so they were like clapping at the joke.
Yeah.
I think.
it was like
okay.
slightly
Yeah.
delayed.
Yeah, grandiose,
Okay.
full sin. Yeah,
But
that's
it was
great.
one of those like it was like a slow like he's told the joke. No one laughed at first, but it's sunk in. People are like,
A couple people laughed.
"Ha!"
Yeah,
as they
it's
got
like-
it. You know what I mean? Processed
Okay,
it.
yeah,
To me,
So-
it just seems like there's just like an appreciation,
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
like acknowledgement.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were talking about when like a comic is on stage and they go like, "So I just got married," and then
Oh.
everybody's like, "Yeah!"
That's
Okay,
dumb.
yeah,
I don't
yeah. Oh
understand
my
what the fuck is
God.
up with that.
Dude, I watched
The marriage shit.
Yeah,
I watched
that's
a
dumb.
guy like I think it was about a month ago, and he was like relatively new, so like I didn't like give him shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like in a 5-minute set, this man had like 4 applauses,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
all just like. Recently, I gave up doing heroin,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, "Yeah!" And I was like, "This
so
doesn't
brave.
count. This does not count.
Like, cheers
Stop
more.
getting an audience reaction
So
from
he's
this."
probably like, "Oh shit, I'm
Yes.
gonna stand up."
"Yes, that's what people think," and it's like, "No, that doesn't count.
yeah.
It doesn't count. I hate that shit."
I guess no. More what I mean is like, because to me too, like the goal is to get laughs. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
having
we're
a
going
laugh.
for.
But I mean, like, if the joke
Applause
is so
is-
good that people clap
Yeah.
at it, that's another thing.
Mhm.
That's another thing.
That's kind of
they're
just like, okay,
they just
I-
have to like.
you did the thing.
You wrote a.
And maybe
you
I'm
put-
not in the place to laugh right now because I'm in a bad mood, but that's a joke. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And, like,
yeah. No,
definitely
appreciation.
happens.
I went to, this was like 4 months ago. Me and Dan were at a show, and he went up and he did 5 minutes and like got 2 in 5 minutes, got 2 applause breaks from his jokes. Like
Nice,
just
yeah.
told a joke and people were like standing and clapping both times. And then like some other dude went up and did okay, like to have to follow somebody who got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And then I went up and bombed for 5 minutes. And I remember getting off stage and just being like,
Well, yeah, if you have to
"Fuck
go up right
you,
after Dan, that's kind of a tough. That's kind of sucks.
Yeah, because he's terrible. Sucks at fuck you, Dan.
What do you like about him, or like what do you think is what is it about Dan Sweeney that kills so hard? Like because
That-
he's honestly funny as fuck. I think when he gets up.
You think Dan Sweeney's funny? That hack that steals
the
jokes.
fraud. Oh, he's a joke stealer. He's a
Oh
joke
yeah,
thief.
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Never
I
mind.
don't know if you know this, but Josh Bates writes all of Dan's jokes. Dan has never written a joke in his life.
There is something
Yeah.
to say about delivery. Though. Like there's 2 parts. You got to write it and then deliver it.
Yeah,
If either are
Or
lacking,
conceive.
it could fall flat, even if it's a good joke.
yeah. And I mean, that's honestly, I
You
feel
could
like
deliver
he
a
would
shitty
be a
joke
better
funny.
comic if he just wrote his own shit.
Yeah,
really.
But like he just
Oh wait, are you serious? Josh writes Dan stuff.
yeah.
Dan, you got to start writing your own shit.
Yeah.
man. You could be so much
Lazy.
better.
Fuck you, Dan.
I
I like being here because I know Dan can't argue
Yeah,
back.
this is a safe space.
So I can just say all this wild shit.
and
It's
he
a
can't
set.
defend himself.
Yeah,
a joke.
I was
It's a
having this
joke.
argument with Dan
Well-
about pedophilia, and he was like, "I don't see what's the big deal."
You got to tell him to come on sometime next. So
Yeah.
we'll have him on
Yeah.
next. And
Yeah, so he can
himself.
defend
He
himself
can
We can
defend
show
his
you
honor.
up.
for his ghostwriting that he's doing.
Freaking for real. But freaking what the shit? I was gonna say something. What were we just talking about?
I don't even know.
Oh, there were okay. This is if Josh Bates may or may not be watching this part right here. This is just the one thing I think of when I think of him. This is probably gonna make him upset. But there was like one week at the Sparrow where we were watching him and he was hosting this night, and I think he was like making jokes at the like it was a shitty crowd. It was probably like not even a lot of people, so his jokes like weren't really landing or whatever. But then he like was going up to introduce somebody and he just like tripped and like fell. Like flat on his face, like on the last step. And had to get up and be like, "Well." So you
Hell
guys
yeah.
didn't see that?
No. Actually, dude, honestly, I think I have pictures
Are you
of
serious?
that
Oh
moment now that
my
I'm thinking of
God,
it.
yes. I need
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna put those in here. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So-
I'll.
With peace and love. I mean, that was just you can't write any joke or any
Yeah.
situation.
Well,
yeah,
better than
actually-
that's him on the ground
Yes.
after.
That's literally it. Oh my god.
Okay, actually,
Fucking
Cam,
beautiful.
I have to contradict you because
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about it that night, and I
Uh-huh.
was thinking like, Like what would
don't
be
really-
just the
I
fun,
don't
like the
really-
best, funniest way to get out of that? Because it's not planned, but you just have it in your back pocket if it ever happens. And I was thinking like, you
Just
just
shit
have
yourself.
to get like 100,000% furious. Just go
Like
ballistic.
Sam
just
Kinison
like,
mode.
God damn it! I fucked it up!
Stupid.
Just go like insane. You just have to like make everyone forget about the fall.
Yeah,
and now it's
That's
just
true. Like it's just real.
like they're scared. Like they don't know. Like like is
I
he
remember
okay?
talking about this, Brevin, and I was like, next time I need to just fall on purpose.
Yeah, like
and
Yeah.
do that
it
as a
would
bit.
be.
Yeah, that would be so great.
Actually,
But that's what I'm gonna do if it ever happens.
It was like the day after the slap, the Will Smith slap.
Yeah.
And I was like, Brevin, please, this would be so fucking funny if while I'm on the stage, just like doing a really dumb 5 minutes, you just get out, come up with the crowd and slap me. You know what I mean?
Dude, the
And-
day after, that would have been phenomenal.
That's okay. That's what I'm saying.
I
The
did.
only reason why he was on board, and the only reason he bailed, which is understandable to me, I kind of get it. But he was like, okay, what if like the other people at the Sparrow or like the crowd was like, whoa, this dude just got up and slapped this dude. We need to tackle
the
him
problem
and
is you
like
don't know how
stop him.
anyone's gonna react.
Nah, dude, come on. I mean, like, maybe.
That's
maybe,
what I was saying.
Maybe
I
if
just-
you
it's okay. I
would
understand
just what you needed to do is just
diffuse it immediately.
You needed to let like one person who like is a regular at the Sparrow know, like so that like one person
That's
is
true,
like
yeah.
in. So like if people did start to react, they'd be like, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
just
joke,
let
it's
it
a
go.
joke, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. Yeah.
Oh my god. What an opportunity missed. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Next time something like that happens.
Yeah, in 10 years when Will Smith is allowed at the Oscars
Yeah,
again,
it won't be
and
that long.
proceeds
Yeah.
to just slap somebody again.
We can't go back.
My god. Yeah, it would be really cringe if anybody talked about the slip. If anybody talked about the slap at this point in time.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, it's like
You
talking
guys
about,
see that Oscar clip? There's gonna be someone. I
Dude,
know
there
it.
was somebody, like, honestly, there was somebody, I think it was just last week, it was like at the end of last week, and somebody was like working a new bit on, and I was like, I mean, yeah.
On
I
that?
mean, it's just kind of like they were just starting to work on it. I was like, this is, come on.
That's the kind of thing. That's why when I did it, I wanted to go first because I figured
Yeah.
a lot of people would have.
That's
it too.
yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah.
They
Exactly.
didn't. I was lucky.
Well,
So-
it's one of those big moments where it's like if
Yeah.
you talk about it, you run the risk of like everybody talk. Dude, I
Uh-huh.
can't tell you. Like I remember there was this one night I wrote this joke about dick pics, and I wanted to work it out, and it was my first time going up with it, and I watched as two comics before me did jokes about dick pics, and I was like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I just don't want to
That's
do it
true.
anymore. Like I was like, it's just gonna be hacky at this point.
Yeah.
Like and theirs is they've already worked theirs.
Mm.
Like
They
they're
kind of squeeze some of the laughs out of yours, even if it is funnier.
yeah,
That's what you mean,
and
yeah.
I mean, like, but the
Yeah.
thing is like, it's just like at this point, like, I just want to talk about, I want to stand out, you know, and like, I want my material to be about
Yeah,
something
exactly.
else.
And people are gonna be like, oh, those
Yeah, there
fucking
was
dick
a-
pic jokes tonight.
Yeah, it's just all dick pic jokes. Like, and that's the thing. Once it's that third one where people just go like, oh,
fuck this,
God.
fuck it.
Is it? Are they just sending dick pics to each other? Are all the comics just sending pictures of dicks?
I didn't realize it was dick pic night.
What did we tell you, Brits, about coming to our American shows?
yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck back over the pond.
Get those dick pics
motherfucker.
out of our fucking land.
Yeah.
We
We call them wanker photos.
yeah, exactly. I love the British hate.
You know, as much as
Yeah.
everyone talks about how much they suck, like, I kind of want one.
a dick pic
You've never had one?
sent
No,
to you.
I never got a dick pic.
I've never had
Dude,
You know?
Sent to
slap,
me, but,
slap your phone number on Tinder right now in your
Put it
bio.
on, guys.
That
Put
is
it on,
true.
guys.
That's
and
true.
Just start swiping.
do that
dude.
and
You
see
know,
what
the
happens.
same way girls will just make a Tinder with no intention of meeting anyone just to like get the validation. We could do that with
Whoa.
dudes.
Wait,
That's
they
true.
do that?
Yeah,
What?
I know,
Uh,
right? Wait,
100%.
wait.
Wait, so are those what? Are
No.
those the women that are not responding to me?
Wait, all the girls on Tinder aren't virgins? You're telling me?
What?
What's a bot?
I wasn't her first? Shit.
Wait, so you're telling me that credit card information I put down when I followed her from Tinder to Snapchat and she sent me that booty pic and said, come over now for horny wet times. Thank you, please.
She wasn't the princess of Nigeria?
God damn it.
I don't know if you're on Tinder, but if you are, like, there's been a lot more. The bots have been focusing on like getting threesomes going. Like they have it's like word for word the same bio where it's like looking for hookup, already in a relationship, in an open relationship.
with different. It's the same
And then,
bio. With
yeah,
different
but it's like all like the same 3 lines. It's who is falling for that? Because
Yeah,
it's
I
word
didn't-
for word the same.
photos. Yeah, not me. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I
Idiots.
mean, who would think that was even possible?
So
How far do you take the bots? Because I take them pretty far.
I try to. Just
I
for
try and
fun.
squeeze out as many pics
Some-
as possible.
I don't really like. chicken
Usually,
like that.
I'll just like say right off the bat, like, "Oh, you're a bot," and see what
yeah,
they say.
I'm a hybrid.
Like, I want them to try to convince me they're not. Like, I want to see how good their bot is to be like, "No, I'm a real girl."
It was real instead of
Usually, they don't respond though, so I'm just like, I guess I was right. Well, because also it's like, what if this person just really looks like a bot? They just don't realize how much their profile looks like a bot profile. There's like a less than 1%
How
chance.
long is that? So
that's
long.
true. It's a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
You just
Wait.
never know.
So, but have you ever? Fuck. What I was gonna say. Oh. What the fuck? Dude, I keep getting it. Oh.
You got a residual hit
Oh.
off that bong.
Yeah, for real.
Have you ever created an account as a woman so that you could steal
is a great
pickup
idea.
lines from guys
That is
to then
so
turn it
fucking
around and delete that account and then use those lines for yourself? Have you ever tried that? I've never tried that, but I'm just wondering if you've
I've-
ever tried.
I
My,
guess it's
my
like,
friend just had that idea.
Yeah,
That
my
was
friend.
funny.
I read it. I read it on 4chan, and it sounded like a cool idea, but I've
What
never
I-
tried it. That seems wrong.
I
To
haven't
do
done that, but I have. I have like gotten on an ex-girlfriend's Tinder when we're like still cool, and just because like
What?
Wait,
Wait,
in her account?
wait.
You're in her account?
yeah.
What did
How
she
do you-
have your account? Her
how do you-
account
No,
on your
no,
phone?
like I have her phone, and I'm like, I'm gonna
just
like
actually
fuck with the
enjoy it.
guys that are matching with you.
Like, so you broke
So
in
I
her
like
house while she was
pretend, I
asleep.
pretend to be her, and then talk to these dudes. It's like what you don't realize is like if you're a girl on Tinder, you are Thanos. You can just you just have access to any kind of dude you want.
I do.
You can say whatever you want. They'll keep talking to you. Like I pushed it. Like I said some crazy shit, and they will keep talking to you.
We do not refer to women as
It's
bitches.
insane,
Thank you.
dude. Like,
Wait, so what?
Tinder
Like,
is a
what?
weird
What
So
was
it's
the-
like similar
What
where I,
was
like-
the first move? Like, where were you? Like, what were you going after? Like, were you like?
it's like you just have basically like if you're a girl, if you set up a girl's Tinder account, within an hour you have a whole file system, like a Rolex or not a Rolex,
Rolodex.
Rolodex
Yeah.
of men. Also, there's a ton of military dudes.
Ugh.
A ton of also
Disgusting.
to get very specific,
Disgusting.
Navy nukes. Which, if you know anything, those guys are nerds.
Navy
Those guys,
nukes? What the fuck is
They're
the
nuclear
nuke?
engineers. They run the nuclear submarine. You got to be a fucking nerd.
Hell yeah, dude! Why are people not like that's a money train?
Okay,
dude.
the thing is too, like, because I almost did that route. Like, I could have been a nuke.
I don't have alpha
Like,
brain.
the thing
Oh, I
is,
thought you were saying guys.
you don't have to be a super genius. You just have to be smart in the military, which
You know,
compared
it
to
was-
human population is much lower.
Whoa!
So-
shots of the military.
Well, it's just like most really
Thank you,
bright
Kirby.
people don't choose to be owned by the government.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Like Elon Musk isn't like freely giving up his body
which is kind of
because you literally sign your body to the government.
it's
You sign a
100%
contract
legit.
where they own your physical autonomy.
Yeah, but also like, why would Elon Musk, the guy who inherited an emerald mine,
okay, sure. That's
go into the military?
or
This guy's bankrolling.
they'll say Steve Jobs started from nothing.
Don't
He didn't join the army.
Don't be nervous.
He started Apple.
yeah.
Nothing against military people at all. You can make a great career out of it.
You know, I don't want that to have ever happened.
I'm just
Do you
saying,
got
like,
the- do you got the-
to be very
No,
elite,
I should, that's a good one. I should.
You
Then
just
he-
have
then
to be-
he did.
pretty smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could be a nuke, but people who do nukes are they're geeks. Sorry, nukes.
Are you? Do you? Is this
I've seen
like
your
a-
Tinder profiles.
Is this,
It's not
is this
good.
only from the Tinder profiles? You're like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker unmatched me. I was hot as fuck. I banged her. So why won't you bang her?
They're
What
just
the fuck
they're just lonely. It's sad. Like they just want a wife, you know.
Yeah,
That's all they want. They just
that's it.
This,
Oh, you got
they got
it.
a big old house. They got tons of money. Nothing to spend it on. That's a good point though. Yeah, like if you just need to talk to someone, just be a girl on Tinder and dudes will talk to you.
Be a girl on Tinder.
They don't have to know you're a dude.
I'm posting it on
Just catfish.
4chan tonight. Shout out 4chan. I'm gonna be there.
Okay, I have a few more things I want to ask.
Yeah,
actually. So, where did you get the idea for the Say It Softly pop-up show? What is kind of the conceit behind it? Because it's like a secret pop-up show thing, or like where
Open
did
and close
you?
with a plug. That's
Okay.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Classic broadcast style, right? Fuck yeah.
So, dude from LA comes here during Christmas. I meet him. Shout out Brett. He's awesome.
Fuck you, Brett. I'm
And
sorry.
then- no. Fuck you, Brett.
Shout out Brett.
Fuck you. I'm just like, I came on this podcast to say, fuck every comic.
Fuck Brett.
No, they're all haters. I'm the greatest. But no, he came down here. He linked me up with another comic. And he wanted to do a show here, and so we just decided to put together a show. And Purple Buffalo, I did a mic there for super long. I've done shows there. It's a solid venue. Been working with them for a while, and so the owner of that place had hit me up a while back and was like, "Yo, if you ever want to put a show on here again, like,"
Nice, that's
and so
awesome.
I was like, let's just put on a show.
That just happened from you doing mics there over a long time?
Yeah, like we did. Me and a buddy of mine, like we hosted a mic there for like a super long time,
Nice.
and then afterwards we did shows here and there, and so yeah, I mean, like we've been doing comedy there for a while now, and so we were like, let's do another show at Purple Buffalo, and so we got together a couple comics, and I think the reason it was super secret was because we didn't have the list finalized.
Nice.
And we were like, we need to start promoting this. But the
So that's your theme.
Yeah, so the list is finalized. It's a ton of great comics.
Sweet.
All Charleston locals, except for the
Nice.
one dude from LA.
Brett.
You're gonna get to see him.
Fuck
Not
you.
Brett. Not
Oh,
Brett.
okay, not
It's
Brett.
not
Still
Brett.
fuck you.
I'm not giving away any names of people on the show because
Okay.
it's super
It
secret.
is super
Nice.
secret.
Super secret.
You have to
The
be there on
exclusive
Thursday.
interview doesn't happen.
Yeah, but come on Thursday. Tickets are $10. You can go to the Eventbrite link in my bio on Instagram. That's at 843IAUS.
It'll be in this description too if you want to buy tickets.
Yeah, buy tickets, and or you can pay at the door. If you pay at the door, bring cash, or you'll have to hit that ATM, and that's just wasted money.
Exactly. You have to pay fees.
Yeah, don't do that. It's lame.
Well, anyway, Austin, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for
What
having
an awesome
me.
conversation.
This is awesome.
I look forward to Thursday. It's gonna be bumping.
Shout out 4chan. Fuck you, Dan.
Yeah, fuck you, Dan.
Apple juice for two. Apple juice is the pump.
Listen, that was Jewish tradition. Why do guys
I do.
wait in line